What's up, guys? Before I jump into it, my friends over at G Fuel ended up bumping up code ESPRESSO to 30% off, not only in celebration for the holidays, but also in celebration of Season 1 for Black Ops Cold War and Warzone. If you guys want to restock or try something out for the very first time, be sure to use code ESPRESSO. If you're interested, links in the description below. Gonna be totally honest with you, I like the Zombies camos more this year than MP, or at least the max camo of Dark Aether. Gold, I still absolutely love, and I definitely take the MP version over the Golden Viper from Zombies. Diamond and Plague Diamond are about equal for me, but then Dark Aether really breaks away as that clear favorite for what I want to grind out and what I want to achieve first. It's more reminiscent, if not identical, to that of Black Ops 3's original Dark Matter, so that's something that's really cool to me, and I'd love to sport on all my weapons. But while it's kind of a monotonous grind within Zombies, there is ways that you can make it a little bit easier, a little quicker for yourself, and that's what I talk about here today in this video. Today I want to run down some tips on how to achieve that first stepping stone here to Dark Aether of Plague Diamond, and how we can make it feel a little bit easier than it may be. That said, as we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. What's your favorite camo within Black Ops Cold War? Are you a fan of Gold and Diamond in MP, maybe Dark Matter Ultra in MP, or do you guys like the Zombies camos more? And if you completed any of those before we jump into the Warzone integration, that you can carry that over into Warzone. Let me know your thoughts down below, but if you are new to the channel, do be sure to hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 400,000 subscribers, and we'll keep you up to date with all things Black Ops Cold War, Warzone, Season 1 content, and camo guides and other guides like this here in the future. So if you're interested in joining the community, I'd love to have you. That said, before we jump into the camo tips, I figured I'd share some of my initial Plague Diamond experience. So Plague Diamond is the diamond variation here for Zombies within Black Ops Cold War, and honestly has been the one that I've been kind of focusing on a little bit more than regular Diamond, simply because it's just been a lot more chill, a lot more relaxed here within Zombies, and not gonna lie, the purple diamond looks pretty dope. I do think that if you're comparing the camos within Black Ops Cold War, I think that Gold takes the cake here from MP over Zombies. I'd say that Diamond is probably equal here in terms of what looks cool compared to MP and Zombies. That looks awesome, but then also the Plague Diamond looks awesome as well, I think. But if you're comparing the overall mastery camos for multiplayer and Zombies within Black Ops Cold War, I think that Dark Aether takes the cake big time. So we've kind of been going here more so for Dark Aether as of recently. I kind of just sat down and finally was like, you know what? I'm actually going to go on the grind here with this. The first couple of weeks, I definitely should have done it a little sooner and gotten on it a lot quicker. My friends are about to unlock it. Meanwhile, I'm over here unlocking Plague Diamond for some stuff. But anyways, the last weapon that we need to do here in terms of Plague Diamond for rifles is that of the FFAR. And we actually have a pretty solid grasp on what we have to do here still with this. We just need 317 kills, quick maths there. Then we end up needing 808 crits left, which is going to take anywhere around between like round 25 to 32 or probably like that. We need 420 dank pack punch kills, and then by the time we end up unlocking it, we're just about to cross over to rank 50 on the weapon level as well. We'll just need to get those 20 consecutive kills without getting hit, which is really easy to do if you end up having a horde, and you can just take them all out at that point. So we should be getting gold here, or I guess Golden Viper as it's called within this match. So let's unlock it. There we go. There's 8. All right, so here's the real strat. Pop your Ring of Fire. You absolutely shred through them. Look how quickly they're dead. Things you'll love to see. It. And there's the 10 on that. Nice. It's a good way to do it. There it is. So just one challenge remains now at this point in terms of what we got for Plague Diamond. Just them crits. There it is. Popped up saying the marksman, right? I don't know if we saw the camo stuff though. I don't think I saw the camo unlock, so we're gonna stay in for a little bit more here just to make sure, because I don't know that I like that. There it is. See, that's why you don't leave immediately, because we didn't see the right thing. Hell yeah. Plague Diamond, baby. That's what's up. So that's where we leave it. Didn't quite get the FFAR ranked up entire. Oh, well, I guess we did. Yeah. So that's what we saw pop up firsthand, and we were like, wait, that's not diamond. So we went a couple extra kills, and there we go. Assault rifle diamond camo for Zombies, because we completed that rotten camo. We completed the Golden Viper, the Banish, the Chemical, the Conviction, and all those, coming along with the 20 kills without being touched. That's what you like to see. Hell yeah, that looks good. That looks clean. Yeah, this looks good. I love it. I love it. Ooh, that's clean. Look at how pretty that is, though. Ooh. Now, jumping into the tips here, I'll be honest, the biggest part about playing Diamond and hell, even Diamond in general for MP, is just simply a time put into the camo grind. It's not going to be something you can really get in a speedy manner by comparison to, say, a weapon unlock challenge you'll see later on in Season 1 or anything like that. You have to have that mindset going into it that it's going to be a grind. It's going to take multiple days of in-game playtime, not just actual out-of-game time. Once you get that, you can get down to the finer points here, and that's where you can shave off a few hours of the grand scheme of things, but timing is a big part about Diamond, and especially Plague Diamond and Dark Aether. The biggest initial hurdle, though, is making sure your weapons are ranked up, and that's something that is really just in and of itself pretty straightforward. Things like double weapon XP that is still going on right now as this video going live, but is going away here shortly after it is live. That helps out tremendously, and if you have those weekends and those opportunities to use that, definitely do so. Same thing with the battle pass, then we'll get double XP tokens and double weapon XP tokens, so use those accordingly and how you can help yourself out the most in that time. But for me, what I was doing here, I was taking weapons like rifles, SMGs, and others that have a max rank of 55 up to around rank 40 during those double XP weekends. And that allows you to have the majority of the weapons available for the tedious and painfully long challenges to be completed, but then also still have that room to unlock and complete more as you go along. So kind of starting it prematurely, but at the same time, also still knocking it out all within one sitting. During the double weapon XP period, I'd be able to take a weapon from 40 to 50 in about 2 games of a time frame, and I found myself unlocking gold in that time frame as well, because I'd be able to complete those higher tier challenges since they are relatively simple. But in that time frame of those 2 games, you can also still get your things out of the ways like your traditional kills, your critical kills, and pack-a-punch kills. This usually takes me about a solo game to 36 in a game of round 30 worth of kills, crits, and pack kills to completely finish all of those. So anything more, you start to burn time since the damage to health scaling gets to a point where you're just taking too long to kill zombies. But in that window of those 60 some rounds across 2 games, you'll not only get those more tedious ones, but also more often than not complete everything else as well. The other big tedious one was the elite kills, in which most weapons are 15 elite eliminations you need per weapon. But if you're playing solo, you should, again, by round 36 in that first game, have around 6, 7, sometimes even 8 elites guaranteed. And if you exfil, there's even more that if you don't even make the exfil, you have the opportunity to take out 1 or 2 additional that spawn during that exfil sequence. And then in that next game, you'll of course have the same amount of spawns and be able to complete that before that match is ended. Now, one thing, if elites are the last thing you need here with this, what can help you if applicable is that if you are on PlayStation, Onslaught can really be a help here in terms of getting those elite eliminations. The mode was admittedly pretty boring at launch, but the elite spawns are a little more frequent than the traditional matches, so you'll see those a little quicker in Onslaught as opposed to regular zombies. So you can just easily rush through those and kind of pad your stats on elite eliminations. Now, here's where it kind of breaks away and changes depending on how you play or who you play with. To me, the ideal strategy, if you really want to maximize the amount of kills in a specific game, is to get 3 other players that will go AFK for you. And that means they just die as soon as the zombies spawn in, because they won't be fighting back. Now, this maximizes your XP and your kill yield simply because the game is spawning in more zombies scaled to a team of 4 players. That's well above anything you'd see in a solo match, but if you get all those kills, naturally, again, it is a much higher yield than a 4-way split. The problem, though, arises in a few ways with this. Because, one, finding 3 other players to just sit idle and do nothing is kind of hard. Not gonna lie, if it is somebody that cares at all about their own progress, they're probably not gonna do it here at this. And 2, the late rounds can absolutely become a nightmare, because once you reach around round 30-ish or so, you'll have 3 megatons spawn at a single time, and on top of all the zombie spawns, that's about as hectic as it will ever get. So if you can manage it, that's great, but a lot of times you may be overwhelmed. Additionally, playing with friends if they aren't AFK can be beneficial, because you can gang up on things like those elites and take them out rather quickly. You just kind of need to weigh the pros and cons here with this. For example, I was playing at the start with my squad of Immortal and Lazy, but ultimately my average yield was around 500 kills or more below what I was pulling in solos in matches where we'd go to round 31 to 36. The matches themselves also went a little bit faster, which of course is likely due to the scaling in zombie spawns. More zombies spawning obviously means more time needed to kill them all, so it really comes down to what you think is the most beneficial. I ended up where I am now, in which I play zombies solo, but I talk with them in a Discord call so that I don't lose my mind over the monotony of just killing thousands of zombies over and over again, doing the exact same thing every time. So if you have friends, maybe hop into a party chat or call with them, crack open a cold one and grind out some solos or party up with them. So it's entirely up to you. But in terms of the camos themselves, the traditional camos for across all the rifles, SMGs, LMGs, and such are pretty straightforward. Again, they're not really things that really need too many tips to go along with them. 2,500 kills with a weapon, 2,500 critical hit kills with a weapon, which is just headshots, 2,500 pack-a-punch kills, 15 elite eliminations with a weapon for the most part, 10 kills rapidly 10 times with a weapon, get 3 or more critical hit kills rapidly 25 times with a weapon, and 20 or more consecutive kills with a weapon 10 times without being hit. For the most part, again, those don't really need much explaining. And you'll be able to do most of those, again, in that round 36 and 30 strat that I've been playing in solo. Just in those 2 matches, you'll get 1 weapon gold out of that. But that's assuming that, again, your weapons are ranked up enough, that you have all those challenges available, and you're making the best of your kills to crit ratio and things alike with pack-a-punching early on. But not every challenge is as straightforward, and some do require a bit more in terms of suggestions and tips. There's challenges for, say, things like your launchers, in which you have to get 2 or more enemy kills rapidly, and that can be an explosive shooting or actually just meleeing them. If you have these challenges unlocked, you can absolutely pull this out early and not have to worry about it just by simply meleeing enemies, and then later on down the line, it's not something you have to worry about. Or you can train them all and with enough distance between them, blow them to kingdom come. Another challenge like getting 5 kills or more in a single shot 50 times with a weapon, that just comes down to, again, training up your zombies, getting enough distance between them, and then just, again, blowing them to kingdom come. Fortunately, these actually should be done a little quicker than, say, your other weapons, maybe, because these only require 1,500 of the regular eliminations, 1,500 pack-a-punch kills, and only 10 elite eliminations as well. But that's something that, again, will just be done in time. If you pack-a-punch this, the recoil, if you try and spam it, does get a little bit crazy, so if you want to weaken them and then finish them off with a launcher, that's also something that can be very advantageous as well. But then there's things like the knife, which tasks you with 750 kills, which does make it easier, of course, that you don't have that many, and the knife is still a one-hit for quite some time, well more than it was in any other Call of Duty game beforehand with zombies, but it is something that, again, you just need to kind of pace yourself so that you're not knifing into a giant horde and getting surrounded by zombies, knocking you instantly. Then you also need 50 kills against zombies that are stunned or disoriented with things like a decoy or monkey bomb, which you can buy those from some of the crafting benches, or you can pick them up off the ground. That is something that if you throw one into a horde, it will stun probably about 20, 30 to 40 zombies at a time, and so therefore you can just pick them off, and it just becomes tedious at that point. 750 pack-punch killed weapons with a knife is something that, again, you might take a few matches just because to gain enough points to get to the pack-a-punch in the first place will take a couple of rounds, as is knifing. So then, of course, you have one-hit potential for a little bit of time after that, but maybe not as big a window as, say, going to round 30 with, say, an FFAR or a QBZ or an XM4. You might need to play a little bit of dodge the zombie with that one so that you're not getting hit every time you go for a melee, especially if it takes multiple melees. And then finally, things like your 15 kills with a knife while using one of your upgrades like the Ring of Fire, Frost Blast, or Aether Shroud. Aether Shroud is probably the easiest one here for this, just because that's something that the zombies don't really target you whenever you're in the Aether Shroud, but you can still attack them, you can still go after them. If you're in the Ring of Fire, you're limited to that ring, and the zombies still can come in if you don't have enough HP or armor, and you're far enough into the game. That could be something that, again, makes you go down. And the Frost Blast sure works well, but is really up to you on what you find the best. But overall, Plague Diamond, again, at its core, isn't necessarily a super hard camo. It's just tedious. It's very monotonous. It's something you have to do the same thing over and over and over again. And while multiplayer tasks you with some more variance in terms of the challenges, Plague Diamond doesn't really do all that in terms of the zombies camos. It really just comes down to how much time you put in rather than, say, maybe some other skilled challenges. So all in all, I think that I like this not only because Dark Aether looks great, but also because it's a lot more relaxed of a camo grind this year as opposed to other years in the past. Will I go for Dark Matter Ultra? Maybe eventually, but for right now, I'm still liking Dark Aether a little bit more. And again, with everything going on with the whole skill-based matchmaking topic of discussion, I've said it many times here on the channel, multiplayer just really isn't for me this year. It's not something that I'm sitting down and loving. Will I play it? Sure, you see gameplay here on the channel all the time of MP, and that's basically why I sit down and play it, so I can get footage for the videos. But other than that, I'm having a blast in zombies, just chilling out and grinding out camos. Even so much so to the point that I have much more game time on zombies than MP. So with that, that's where we're going to wrap it up. I wanted to give you guys some helpful tips here on how to unlock Plague Diamond and hopefully Dark Aether a little quicker as we go along. So That said, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you guys looking forward to unlocking some of these challenges and camos within Black Ops Cold War? Are you looking forward to unlocking any in particular to take over to Warzone? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops Cold War, Warzone, and anything in relation to Season 1, and of course, further camo guides. If you're interested, hit that subscribe button. If you also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, there's the best places to get connected outside of YouTube. Practically live on both those. If you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.